Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday's assembly. And I'll start today with a couple of updates. First of all, I've had lots of children asking me today about when the results of the art competition, the inter-house art competition, are going to be announced. And I bobbed down to year 6 today, and they tell me that they are very much on the way with their judging. It's been a very difficult job because your entries were so good, but they are going to be making their decisions ready for me to announce in assembly on Friday. So not too long to wait. I'll show you the winners on Friday in our assembly. And the second update is I wanted to mention something that Violet in year 3 has been doing. And again, it's another fundraising idea, which is really lovely. And for a little bit of something different, you might know, some of you, that there are some football games on at the moment. Yes, it is Euro. Is it called Euro 2021 or is it called Euro 20 because it was cancelled last year? I think it might be called Euro 20 even though it's Euro 2021 because it was cancelled due to COVID last year. Yes, there are lots of football matches, some international football matches between lots of football teams at the moment, and England are in there. And other teams from the UK. And Violet came up with a brilliant idea. I think it was absolutely inspired. And for her class, if they want to have a flag to wave whilst they're watching one of the football matches, I think there are 2 on tonight, Mr. Naylor told me, then they can purchase or buy one of the flags that Violet has made. And some of them just say the Euros, and some of them are for particular countries so that they can wave them when each different country comes on. So I'm going to show you some flags. Here's a quick flag question and a little quiz. Which country has this flag? Green, white and red. Do you know? You might see this flag when you go out for a lovely pizza or a lovely takeaway, because this is the flag of Italy. And I think Italy has a really good football team, I think. Not sure if they've played yet or if they are still to play. So you could buy the Italian flag to wave. You could buy, mais oui. It's the flag of where? You should recognise this one. It's the language that we learn to speak in our school apart from English. It is the flag français. It is the French flag. The red, white and blue in stripes. So if you wanted to wave France on, and she's done such a lovely job with the daddy here, making these flags. They're really substantial. You've done a brilliant job, Violet. You could buy that one. So here we have another one that just says the Euros, Euro 20. Yeah, Euro 2020. And another one, a lovely colourful one. So these would, you could wave these at any of the football matches, couldn't you? That would be really nice. And then, I wonder what this one is. Does anybody know what flag this is? It's got a red cross right in the middle. Anybody seen any of these flags? There are some hanging out of the windows in the house across the school, from the school. I've seen quite a lot hanging out of car windows as well. This, of course, is the flag of England. So when people want to show that they're supporting the English football team, they wave this flag. I hope everybody knew that. Oh, this one really tested me. Here's one for the teachers, I think. Have a look at your teacher and see if they know which flag this is. Which country has this flag? Test their general knowledge. This, with the blue cross on the white background, is the flag of Finland. So I don't know whether Finland are playing soon, but Violet's made a Finnish flag. And here's another one. Some of you might know these, but your teachers should, if their geography is good. I had to have some help with this one. I did recognise it actually. So a white cross on a red background. This one, Violet reliably informs me, is the flag of Switzerland, another European country. So maybe Switzerland will be playing soon. So yes, if you're in Violet's class, you can bring 10 pence in and choose one of these lovely flags to take home with you so that you can wave it at the television whilst you're watching. I think those England flags, Violet, are going to be particularly popular, as are the ones that just have the Euros on them. I think they'll be really popular as well. But it's really nice to have flags from other countries. I could get into flags. I could talk all day about flags, actually. I think they're really, really interesting to figure out why countries have particular flags. So well done to Violet and Violet's daddy for making these beautiful collection of things. And remember, if you're in Violet's class, you can bring in your 10 pences, and all of that money is going to our charity this year, which is Freya's Just Giving page for the Candlelighters charity. So well done to Violet. Now, you have today been sharing lots and lots of bee stories with me. So Sophie was very keen to tell me this morning on the way into school that they have a bumblebee nest in a bird box, actually, a box that was hung up for the purpose of attracting little birds to lay their eggs in there, has been overtaken by some bumblebees. But luckily it's nice and out of the way. It's not doing anybody any harm, so Sophie's going to leave her nest there, so that's good. And then straight after Sophie, Zachary came up to me to tell me that he too had a bumblebee nest. And not only has he got a bumblebee nest, also in a bird box, clearly it's the place to be if you're a bumblebee, but he also has, do you remember I mentioned swallows with the forked tail? Just above a door, I think, in somewhere where he lives, there is a swallow's nest. And the crazy fact there is that if that swallow's nest is not disturbed, those birds will return to the same place to build their nests every single year. And that's mind-blowing, isn't it? How do the swallows know to get all the way to Africa and then to fly all those thousands of miles back to Africa, from Africa back to Britain, to find the exact same spot? It's a miracle of nature. And then somebody else was telling me, I think, Sophie, this might have been you as well, and your mum, that you have, or somebody, grandma perhaps, has got a bumblebee nest in a compost bin. So Sophie's grandma's been trying her best to recycle things and make some lovely compost for the garden. And the bees have thought, oh, this is a lovely place to be. Not a lovely place to be. Not only have they made a nest in there, but excitingly, they have made a honeycomb, which has actually got honey in it. So I think Sophie's mum was going to ask to see if we could maybe borrow that. And somebody asked me today, how is it that bees make honey? So I'm going to just quickly tell you about that before we finish the assembly. So first thing we need to know is that there are 3 types of bee. I don't mean species of bee, because Holly, you were telling me about particular types of bumblebees. This is the, within a hive, within a group of bees, you will get 3 different types of the same species. You will get one only of this type, a queen bee. You will get thousands of worker bees, and they are female, so they can sting, remember. And then you will get hundreds of male bees called drone bees. I'll just show you them here. They are different sizes, and then I'll tell you the different jobs. I'm going into my big book to show you this lovely big picture. Okay, so the biggest bee there that you can see on the side there, that is the queen bee, and there is only one of them for every group of bees, and certainly only one in every bee hive. And she's really big, isn't she? She's not that big in real life. She's 20 to 25 millimeters. That's the queen. And then the drone bees, these are the ones here. So they're a little bit smaller than the queen. These are the male ones, the drone bees. And you get hundreds of those for every hive of bees. And then these ones are the female bees. And these are the worker bees, and they're smaller still. And each of these types of bees, the queen, the drone, and the worker, has a different but very important job to do. Isn't it amazing that there's only ever one queen bee? So whether we're talking bumblebees or honeybees, you get these different types of bees within any group of bees. So let me tell you what they do. So the queen bee, there's only ever one, and she lives the longest. The queen bee can live for 5 years, which is a long time if you're an insect. And she has one job only. The queen bee lives for 5 years, and she is the mother to most of the bees in a hive, and she must lay the eggs. That's her job. She lays the eggs, and she can lay 2,000 eggs every single day. So that's her job. She stays in the hive if she's a honeybee, and she lays the eggs. She rarely goes out. Okay. And then these ones here, these are the male ones, the drones, and there are hundreds of these. So just one of the queen, but hundreds of these, of the drone bees. And their lifespan, this little boy bee here, they only live for a few weeks. So much shorter lifespan. And the drone bees don't do very much. They don't do very much work, but they have a very important job, which is that they are needed in the summer to mate with the queen from another colony. And in the autumn, the drones are pushed out of the hive because they're not doing anything useful, so they're not needed anymore. So that's why they have quite a short lifespan. And then these, the female bees, the worker bees, there are thousands of these in a hive, and the worker bees only have a lifespan of 40 days. And the worker bee has the most jobs to do, including cleaning and guarding the hive, foraging, which means going out to find all the flowers, and making the honey. So the females do the most work. The female worker bees, even though they are the smallest, they do the most work in the beehive. And tomorrow I will tell you how bees make honey, and it's mainly, almost entirely, due to the female worker bees. So try and remember that for me. In a beehive of honeybees, you would get one queen bee, hundreds of drone bees, and thousands of worker bees. So can you remember the gender? The queen bee is female. She lays the eggs. The drone bee has a job with mating with other queen bees. And the worker bees do everything else, collecting everything that's needed to make honey. So I'll come back tomorrow and tell you how bees make honey that we eat. You might like to enjoy it spread on your toast. So I'll see you in the morning for that. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.